What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shane's Movie Review. Shane here, joined not only by Roman Reigns' Superman fist, but of course, Chloe.
Hey guys.
And today we are going to be reviewing my 27th movie of the year. You might be seeing this before other movies. I just felt like I wanted to release it sooner since it just came out today, and that is The Main Event. Now, this movie is centered all around wrestling, as you can see. Chloe has the WWE Friday Night SmackDown background. I am representing Monday Night Raw. I've got a little bit of a WrestleMania, Islander Mania shirt going on. I'm a WWE guy, so this movie seems tailor-made for me. And unfortunately, I didn't think it lived up to what I wanted it to be. But we're not going to get into that yet. Let's start with the pros. We're going to do a pro-con thing here today. Chloe, give me some things you liked about this movie.
All right, so some pros. I feel like this was a very good, cheesy kids movie. I think it accomplished that.
Is that your one pro?
Oh, am I gonna list all of them? Okay. My other pro, it had some of my favorite wrestlers in it.
Which
That's
include
about it.
tell us who they are.
Oh, okay. So it was Otis, but in the movie they referred to him as Stinkface, which I really didn't like. And then my other favorite, Keith Lee, he was referred to as Smooth Operator, which I was not a fan of. It was kind of weird because they made like other wrestlers go by their real name and others didn't, so I didn't really understand that. But anyway.
I mean, I want to have a long list of pros for this movie. Wrestling, I've always, the movie is portrayed as this young kid who finds a magical mask and goes on a crazy run to eventually try to get a WWE contract and win a large sum of money for his father. And we'll get into that whole thing in a little bit. But it's just so unfortunate how this movie was portrayed. I'll start with the pros. I mean, I honestly don't have a lot of pros. I mean, I liked seeing the wrestlers, like you said, seeing the Miz, Kofi Kingston, all those guys you mentioned, Sheamus, but there was nothing real to it. Like, I wanted to have a cool wrestling kid story. This kid felt like me when I was 11 years old. I had all the shirts, I had all the figures in my room, I had posters everywhere. I had the want to be a WWE superstar. And the movie could have done something cool with that, but it stuck to the cheesy route that you didn't want it to go. And Chloe, I'll let you go first with some cons here before I get into my side of the story.
All right, so you might be mad at me for stealing some of your cons here, but I feel like the movie was inconsistent. And it was, I mean, it just wasn't a good movie for grown-ups. That's really all I have to say. It really would only appeal to kids.
You kind of have to know wrestling to understand this movie. I mean, they're talking about AJ Styles' phenomenal forearms and sunset flips and power bombs, and you have Corey Graves and Renee Young on commentary, and you have all this stuff going on. Where if you didn't know wrestling, you'd probably turn it off within the first 15 minutes because you'd be like, "What's going on? Why should I care about this?" And that's the biggest problem, is how it defaces. It feels like, to me at least, which is why I didn't like this movie. It was kind of disgraceful, how they portrayed some of these superstars and some of the antics that they had them go up to. Like, as you said, Otis, like his big finisher was a fart that sent everyone flying into the crowd. Like, come on, like they're better than that. You had last year Fighting With My Family, the story about Paige, the wrestler, come out when you didn't have to know wrestling to enjoy that movie, and I loved that movie because that movie brought people who didn't know wrestling into the world of wrestling, and it really showed them something that, hey, WWE is a thing that everyone can enjoy. And this movie did not do that. This movie made it seem like wrestling was stupid. Like, wrestling is obviously it's the fake thing that it is, even though it's not fake. Everyone says it's scripted. These people are trained athletes. These people put on shows amid everything that's going on right now with the pandemic across the world. Monday Night Raw, NXT on Wednesday nights, Friday Night SmackDown, they're all still going on. AEW on Wednesday nights too. All these wrestlers are still putting on a show for everyone. And honestly, this movie made it feel like honestly, like none of that mattered.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. It made fun of them, I feel like, in a lot of ways. and kind of made them like not feel very professional. Like it was kind of just like fake entertainment. And um, oh, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say, but
There's a lot of off-putting things about the movie.
yeah,
The child actors just they weren't actors. They didn't really fit the bill. The main kid, the voice that he was using for whatever character he was going for was kind of annoying me the entire movie. I wasn't really a fan of that. And then you had all these things just wrapped into one. The humor was off par at some points. It didn't really work. There was just so many things going wrong for this movie. It's not like your typical sports movies, the Miracle on Ice, the dodgeball, the semi-pro, those types of movies where you have, maybe it's a little bit predictable at the end of who's going to win. This movie obviously had that too. It kind of gives everything away in the trailer, but it just didn't have that final, yes, this is what we wanted. There was major plot points that were just not addressed in this movie, and it was so unfortunate how everything was unraveled and just stayed unraveled all over the mat, basically. And it just didn't work for me. I wasn't a fan. Chloe, what are you gonna
that's
give?
very fair. You're very passionate about it. I see it.
I am. I'm a wrestling guy. I have to be. I have to be critical of my favorite craft.
Very well said. Um, I definitely liked it better than you. Oh shoot, there I am. I definitely liked it better than you. I'm going to give it a 65%.
That's okay. That's really high.
Yeah,
Right now it's a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. I can
huge.
only expect it to go lower since it literally came out the day that we're recording this. I am going to give it a 40%, and that's low. I refuse to give it lower than movies like Bloodshot, Greed, Gretel and Hansel, Fantasy Island. Those movies are on a different level. And if you go back on previous reviews, you can see my thoughts on those. But I just couldn't see myself giving it higher than like My Spy, Spencer Confidential, even Stargirl. At least had a competent story, and I at least kind of connected with those characters. I didn't really like this main kid. His whole act of being like this one that everyone was cheering for. I didn't go with it, and it just the whole movie just didn't work for me. I'm giving it a 40%, and that's that. But on a lighter note, because of how awful this movie was, and again, it's so unfortunate that everyone's at home right now and everyone's on quarantine. Everyone's gonna watch this movie on Netflix and be like, "This is so dumb. Why would anyone like wrestling?" Anyway, let me stop because I'm gonna keep going. I want to do
I
something
digress.
special. Yeah, I digress. I want to do something special for everyone. Obviously, the channel has been growing as of late. We're getting more subscribers, more views, more likes every single day. So I don't know if it's possible, but if it is possible and we do achieve this, it's a big thing. So if this video gets to 50 likes, I will be giving away a WWE swag bag full of maybe trading cards, action figures, old stuff that I can find around here. Not old like I've worn it or something, but just cool stuff that I have from the past that I've collected back in the day. I want to give back to you guys. So any way you can share this with your friends, with people who maybe should or shouldn't see this movie, send this out. Let them know there's a giveaway. Be sure to just like this video, and then if you want to enter the contest, leave a comment down below saying that you're in or saying anything. Maybe name your favorite WWE superstar. I think that would be a fun little way to do it. But that's going to be it for us. This, again, 27th movie of the year. You'll see this one before some of my other movies. We have Coffee and Cream, Vivarium, and Extraordinary coming out in the future. That's going to be all for us. We'll continue to watch 2020 movies going on. Peace out.